Okay, I just allowed you to record.
Okay, it's live wire.
Just got paid. It's Friday night. Today's Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Ah! Good morning. It's a Good Morning Vibes Tribe. So I'm so excited. Before we get started this morning, we are going to be doing giveaways on the Good Morning Vibe show. And I want to show you guys your choices. So you'll have a choice if you're picked as a winner. You can either pick a gratitude journal. You can pick this cute little, I picked these out specifically for the morning, this cute little keychain. And it says, because some of you might have a gratitude journal and you don't want that. So your choices will either be gratitude journal or this cute keychain that says, if I can get it out, it says, punch today in the face. Punch today in the face, folks. Or last but not least, your third choice, if you're chosen as a winner in the morning, is this cute little bracelet. And the bracelet says, oh my God, this is how bad my eyesight is. The bracelet says, wake up and kick ass today. Wake up and kick some behind today. Don't you love it? I love it too. It's so cute too. It's a cute little silver bracelet. And it says, oh wait, sorry, I read that wrong. It says, wake up, kick ass, repeat. So you can either pick the bracelet that says wake up, kick ass, repeat, and we'll pick our winners every morning at the end, the gratitude journal or the keychain, which is totally cute too. So yeah, I wanted to start off and share with that with you guys. Okay, so as you guys know, it's first thing in the AM, and this is the time where we pull out our gratitude journals. And if we don't have a gratitude journal, this is the time that we pick out. If we don't have one of these, grab a piece of paper, a sticky note, a crayon, your blood. I don't care what you use, but write your gratitude down. That's the way you have to start your day, people. And I always say 5 to 7 things that over the last 24 to 48 hours just stick out to you. I say 48 hours because we haven't met. And so if you guys haven't been doing your gratitude, what are those 5 to 7 things, digging deep, that you are grateful for over the last 24 hours? And not just the obvious things too, not like, you know, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for the food on my table. Yeah, we know that, but those little teeny things that maybe stick out to you. And there's something pretty amazing about going back and being able to look over those things that we're grateful for, like through the whole year. And since we are coming up on a new year, now is the best time to get started with the gratitude. If you've never done it before, it's just a cool way to get started. And not only that, but what I like about this gratitude journal here is it kind of takes things just a little bit further to give you an idea. In the morning, it says today's focus. So what's your focus for today? What is that main thing that you want to get done, or the goal, a personal goal mentally that you want to make happen that day? And then an affirmation for today. I say write several affirmations, not just one, but get used to writing 10 affirmations down. It's kind of like flipping the script about the things that you say that are negative, that come out of your mouth, flipping that script. So let's say you say things like, man, I never sign promoters. Change that to an affirmation, like I am a rock star promoter signer. right? It's changing those negative things that we catch ourselves saying, even if we don't say them out loud, but we might think in our heads, and changing those into affirmations and positive statements. And then it says, what am I grateful for today? Obviously, those are the 5 to 7 things that you are grateful for. If you can think of more, go for it. But sometimes digging deep, you know, especially when life is rough, sometimes it feels hard to find those things you're grateful for. But if you dig, there's always something to find to be grateful for. The fact that you're breathing is a reason to be grateful. And then it says, what I'm excited about today. I like this one. What I'm excited about. So, what are you looking forward to today? What do you want to happen today that you're excited about? And then the last thing it says is, how I'll make space for gratitude today. How am I going to make time for personal gratitude today? I think this is where you would probably put your self-development in. And then the evening, I think this is why they call it, like, this one's called the gratitude journal, but why they call the 5-minute journal the 5-minute journal, because this is literally stuff that takes you 5 minutes. But 5 minutes, you have no idea what an impact that makes on your mindset, and what an impact it makes on your whole day. And then ending your day the same way. So evening reflection, it says, good things that happened today. So what are good things that happened to you today? And you may have to, again, dig deep if you had a really shitty day, right? That happens to all of us. So, but you can always find something, right? What is something that happened to you today that was good? The next thing it says, things I did to make a positive difference today. So what did you personally do? Not good things that happened to you today, that's one thing. But what did you personally do to try to make your day better and possibly the lives of other people? Digging into that. And then the next thing it says is how I felt today. And it gives you all these little boxes to check: happy, content, proud, hopeful, loving, connected, balanced. Check the ones you feel. It has a little spot for notes. And then at the bottom it says a positive thought to carry me to sleep. I love that one. A positive thought that you can go into bed, lay down, close your eyes, and think about as you drift off into sleep. Again, starting and ending your day this way, something that literally takes you 5 minutes, can make the biggest difference in your mindset and your attitude, the way you begin and end every day. It's so huge. So I hope you guys did that while I was chatting, and at least wrote out your what you are grateful for, because like I said, a grateful heart, that's where you really start to see, okay, you know, it's going into life like, I'm this negative person that wakes up. I always say this, like, if you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and you stub your toe and you're like, crap, that hurt. And then you go to the bathroom and there's no toilet paper and you're like, damn, there's no toilet paper. And you're screaming for one of the kids to bring it to you. And then you go to brush your teeth and you're out of toothpaste. And it's like, you go to the kitchen and you spill water, and like, it's just one thing after another, right? And you get in your car that day and you hit traffic or whatever it is, and already you've deemed it a bad day. You'll say to yourself, this is a shitty day. Like, this is the worst day ever. How many of you guys have used that term? Or, man, I don't know what is wrong, but I just, like, this whole day has been crap for me. Well, that is because you chose it to be. You really chose that. You could have had all of those things happen to you in the morning, and still, just the way you looked at it, you know, stub your toe, giggle it off. There's no toilet paper, no big deal, go get some. You know, no toothpaste, that's all right, go borrow your kids. Like, it's the way you decide to look at things and perceive things. And it's really the mindset shift. Starting gratitude, something as small as that can start changing that shift for you. And it truly does make a huge, huge difference. I wanted to get into, well, before we get into anything else, I wanted to ask my co-host today. I've got some awesome co-hosts. If you guys don't know Telissa, she rocks. Oh my God, she's so funny. Telissa, I hope be as funny as you want to be this morning, girl. You've got the right to be as funny as you want to be. Telissa is like one of the funniest people I know. If you guys don't know that about her, she cracks me the hell up. Her and Summer Love, man, they're the two funniest people ever. But Telissa is a hoot. She's on with me this morning. And then I have Ashley on. Ashley is incredible too, and I cannot wait to hear from her today. And then we have Amy on, and Amy is like as cute as a button. Seriously, like I just love Amy to death. So I'm super excited to hear from them today. And I wanted to ask you guys if there's anything else you do, because a lot of people start their mornings out different. Is there anything else you guys do, or any suggestions that you have for people starting out their day or their mornings?
No, I agree with everything that you said, and starting with gratitude. I use myself the Start Today journal, so mine has the 5 gratitudes, and then I list 10 dreams also of things that haven't happened yet, but I speak them as they have happened. So
Oh, I like that.
yeah, so and then I write down what I'm gonna achieve first. So I always start with that. I'm so sorry. I always start with that, and then every routine is gonna look different from everybody, but self-development, pouring into myself after that, and I usually listen to podcasts. I listen to podcasts, there's YouTube videos, but self-development, but in the middle of all that, I'm also snapping a picture of my 1, 2, 3 as I take it when I first wake up in the morning, and I always throw that in my stories. So that's just like my routine is my gratitude, my thankfulness, my posting my 1, 2, 3 in my stories, and then from then I listen to podcasts and I do self-development that way. So that's kind of like my morning routine that I follow.
I like how you go to your Facebook page and that's part of your self-development is posting about the 3 steps. I love that because you get in that routine of making sure that you're sharing with the world those 3 steps that are changing your life and what's getting you up every morning, what's like helping you start your day. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then on my first post always on social media, because I'm in that self-development stage first thing in the morning, you guys will see if you follow me that my first post in the morning is positive. I always post something positive, uplifting, and so I put that on my actual timeline.
I love that. Yeah, I try
So
to stay more positive too, for sure.
mine's kind of similar. I do the positive post first thing in the morning at 2. So for gratitude though, I kind of learned this from Courtney. And I have been following and really driven by Rick Warren. He is Christian and amazing. And he not only helps you discover your relationship with God and where you should be, but also with yourself. And you shouldn't be thinking specifically, what do I need? It should be the bigger. So I've been digging more into that, which is my self-development aspect of it. And I absolutely love him and I love his way he looks at things. It's not just, you need to do this because the church says this. You need to do this because of XYZ. He gives an explanation to everything, and it's not just religious. And that is what drove me to, now I just found another book from him, and it comes with a journal. So you are writing out just like you would, and it takes you 5 minutes. You read 1 chapter a day, takes you 5 minutes. So it's kind of the same concept, just driven a little differently.
Oh, I love that. That's a good idea. I just think you have to find out what works for you. Like that's the key. That's why I like to hear what like when we bring people on this Zoom, I like to hear what everybody does because it gets people different ideas. Because some people it's not their jam. Like they want to start their day out positive, but they want more than just the gratitude. They want more than just the 5 minutes. And this gives people other ideas. Amy, what about you? How do you start your day?
I start my day with the gratitude journal. It's called Blessings. It's actually a new one that I have, and it's simple because my mornings, well, when I was working, it was super fast, so I needed something quick. But I do mostly podcasts, and I do a lot of YouTube. I absolutely love, and you were talking about affirmations when you started, and when I started learning about affirmations, I know there's a lot of people that they don't know how to implement them or where to start. So what I did, I started with Louise Hayes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her or not, but just her voice and how she says the affirmations, they just really stick with you. And that made a difference for me personally because, you know, being this Zoom about being not good enough or, not good enough. That was huge for me personally, being attention deficit. So I needed all of the personal development that I could possibly get, you know, learning the affirmations. So I do a lot of Louise Hayes. She is amazing. I do read, and this is a really good book as far as, I think somebody was actually just talking about him, Elevation Church, but Sun Stand Still, knowing in a Christian way, knowing that what you can have and what God says you can have, what you can do. And yes, Stephen, this is just a really, really good book about fear in itself, and you know what God says about it. So that's a really good book for people. And you can see I've highlighted through as I read. So I really have to dig into podcasts and affirmations. Affirmations have been so huge for me personally that I still tend to go back to those, because Louise Hay, it's more than I'm good enough or whatever. I mean, she literally puts it into sentences for you, and affirmations are it for me.
Yeah, they're so important. Like, that's where, like, for me personally, that is where I visually started when I started in network marketing, writing affirmations down, and also like that main goal, like I am 12K or I am 4K, and sticking those sticky notes all over my house. Like, that way I could see the goal, and it would just, like, I couldn't stop thinking about it, because everywhere I went, there it was. And it wasn't, I'm not going to be there. It was, I am. So even when my mind would say things like, you're never going to get there, you're not worthy, you know, you're not like these other people, which is kind of our topic in a minute. I'm super excited about our topic today. But
She does a lot about
so I have what'd you say?
I said she does a lot about self-talk too, like how to actually say what you want to say. Like if you're just learning, that's what I say. I really recommend her as far as starting with affirmations, because it'll just click for you. It'll just click for you if you use her.
See, this is what you guys get on in the morning, because this is stuff you get to hear. Okay, we're gonna jump into LaBelle news, team news. Okay, we got double, triple fast starts. When does double, triple fast starts end? What day does it end?
24th.
24th. Oh, you guys, we got so much more time. Let us know in the chats who's double, triple fast start qualified. Who's double qualified? Anybody?
Almost.
It will be today. I got one going in today, and it will seal my deal.
Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. One of the things I love about LaBelle is they're constantly giving us things to go after. Like, I have never seen anything like it. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what are they doing today? Like, sometimes I can't keep up, but I love that and do we still have the $25 credits?
Yes, and it goes to the same time frame as well, as same as double fast, triple fast starts.
You guys, like, they're just so smart. You guys, like, these $25 credits are freaking huge, like, so huge. And you guys have time. So make sure that you are jumping in, because especially if you're new and you don't get what that is, you can use new people or old people, guys. So if it's a current promoter of yours and they want to go in and order a kit to stock up for the new year, because trust me, after seeing Paul's post, we are going to need product, and it can be new and old, so you can combine those. And the cool thing is normally you get $80 on a so when somebody sells a 400 pack, you would get $80. Well, if you hit double fast starts, you would get $160 instead of $80 when you sell a 400K. And if you get triple, you're going to get $240 on that $400. Like, that's crazy town. So for Christmas, I want you guys to think about that. You would get, let's say you can complete it, and then when it's paid out, can you imagine after Christmas being able to go like pay your credit card bill off and have like $2,000 in fast start bonuses? Like, those fast start bonuses add up quick. And the cool thing is once you hit the triple, So like once you hit it, after that, every time you get a promoter underneath of you that orders a 400 pack, it's 240, 240, 240, 240. Like you don't have to keep getting the, you don't have to keep doing it over and over again. It just adds on to it. So it can be something absolutely huge. And one of the things I like to push is to new people, because right now that is my favorite thing, is when I've got somebody that's been on the fence about being a promoter, going back to them every time there's double, triple fast starts, because now instead of telling them, well, guess what? You can earn $1,300 in cash incentives and bonuses in your first 14 days. Imagine now that will turn into 4 times 240, right? If you sign 4 promoters and you do that, you're already going to make 1,300. But now adding on the triple fast starts, that's like another like $1,500 that a brand new that's unheard of. Like, I don't even think you guys understand. There's no other company you can walk into and within your first 2 weeks make $1,300, much less add in double, triple fast starts. And for something they're going to do anyways, right? If they're running after it and they're already going to get the 4 promoters, why not make it 240 instead of 80 on each of those promoters? That is a lot of freaking cash. So to me, if somebody would have came to me at Christmas time and would have been like, dude, here's an opportunity. This is how much you can make. You may get it, you may not, but why not try? I would have been like, what do I got to do? Okay, because this going to Coinstar with my coin jug for my kids is getting old, okay? Like, spending $200 a kid and barely getting them anything is a real old. Or getting them not what they wanted at all. Like, they give me a list and I'm like trying to find the generic of everything, and like, you all know $200 does not go that far. And that's about what I would spend on each kid. That's what was in that big jug that I used to take to Coinstar. I'm telling you what, I would have done anything at Christmas time. I was always looking for ways to sell things, borrow money from my mom, see if, yeah, I mean, I'll pay you back at tax time. I was always doing that stuff. And for somebody to be able to give me an opportunity, there are people that might say yes, and you're never going to know unless you ask. Like, unless you ask. So just, I mean, we did talk about this on Wednesday, but we might have some people on that just weren't on Wednesday. I would love to know from Amy, Telissa, or Ashley, is there anything particular that you guys are doing to get your double, triple fast starts before the 24th? Like, any tips or anything you wanted to share?
One thing that I guess I'll start. One thing that I'm doing is I'm reaching out to all my personally enrolled, which I still am going through everyone, but that would be my first tip, is talk to your personals. Talk to people in your business. I mean, figure out if you can offer a discount or not. If you can, figure out what that is, and then reach out to your personally enrolled. Reach out to anyone, your customers. So I recently, this is easy for me. I recently took a list in your back office. You can see all your customers and you can change it to last order. And I did it from the last order to this, and all year, if they've ordered through the years 2020, I reached out to them and I just asked them how they were doing in life with COVID and everything. And I just told them I appreciated their business this year and choosing me as their rep, and thank you. And just personal touch. And so I already had that started. So I also reached out to them and see if, and talk to them about if they would like to switch to be a promoter and not only use it and thrive for free, but to also make some extra money too. And so utilize your customer list, check in, use this as a way to not only check in with them and have good customer service, but also with seeing if they want to jump in on the business side. And then posting on my social network with my discount it has been huge for me as well. So staying consistent with my posting on my stories and my social media every day. It allows me, not everybody is going to put a post up and then get business, but I'm consistent. And so I tend to get a lot of hits off of my social media and people coming to me.
Consistency is so key, so key. Anything that Ashley or Amy you wanted to add?
I do basically the same thing that Telissa does. I print my customer list, my current promoter list, going for the double triples. I always message, like the lady that just joined me, and she's already got so many people interested. I'm so excited for her. But she's been a thriver for a year. And, you know, she was one of the first people that I messaged and said, hey, I've got this 400 pack for 300. And, you know, she already had some referrals starting to come in after she'd been thriving for a year. And I'm like, look, hold up. You know, you're getting these referrals. And I just, you know, put it out there to her. And she and her husband both are using it. So that's where I start. I start with my customers that I know have been consistent and continual thrivers for, you know, 6 months to a year, and go through my current promoters list and, you know, offer them the same deal that I'm offering. So when you do that, it's really not hard to get, you know, 2 or 3 to say, yes, I'm in, you know, or yes, I need the, you know, current promoter, yes, I need that product for that discount. So yeah, and then posting and everything too. And stories are really, really huge right now. So
Stories are so huge. I don't know if you guys have noticed how wacky Facebook is lately. Like I normally can make a post and like get 100 people and I'm getting like nothing. It is insanity. So stories is where it's at right now. I don't know why Facebook does what it does sometimes. I mean, it's supposed to be a social network. I don't freaking get it. Ashley, you want to add anything?
I was trying to unmute.
I do that all the time. I start talking and then people are looking like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to mute.
No, it wouldn't click. It like wouldn't pull up. Oh my God. No, I do the same exact thing. I was actually talking to Stacy the other day because I know she signs like a crazy lunatic with these things. So I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing that is different from what I'm doing? And literally nothing. Starting with your promoters, you're personally enrolled, and then exactly what Telissa said. If you have people that are current customers that continue to send referrals, or they've considered it, or maybe they just want to take advantage of the special. Yeah, it isn't going to count towards your personally enrolled customer anymore, but it's going to help them. And that's what we need to think about. And we always need to, it's not just about us, it's about them.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy is that's the thing, you guys. These people that have PPAs of 5,000 and these people that get like triple fast start qualified times 10, they're not doing anything different than what we talked about. They're just more consistent. They have more leads. They add people quicker than you. They they've had more relationships built. They maybe have been in longer. They already had a network. It's about consistency. It really is. There is no magic wand or magic words. There's no magic. It's just doing it. It's just doing the damn thing. Like that is really what it is. And I know it sucks because people like are waiting for that magic. I get that message all the time. People will message me and go, okay, so tell me your secret, or what are you leaving out, or you're not telling me something in the videos. It's like, dude, I'm putting it out there. Nobody is more special. Like we all pretty much do the same things. And, you know, once in a while somebody, you know, comes up with a new tip and we all try it. But at the end of the day, it's super basic, you guys. It's just about doing it. And if it's not happening for you right now, guess what? The company does double, triple fast starts like 5 times a year. It'll happen for you the next time if you're consistent. So maybe this time you're not gonna hit those double, triple fast starts, but guess what? You may the next time or the time after that, or maybe a year in, but you will hit your time if you stay consistent. And I promise you, man, it's all about, just Courtney Good just said it, it's all about building relationships. So we don't have a ton of other team news or Lavelle news right now, but I do want to go into our topic for the day, our self-development topic for the day. And we are going to talk about basically insignificance and not feeling good enough. And the reason I want to talk about that today is because I really feel like a lot of us aren't getting to where we want to go because we don't feel good enough, and we question ourselves, and we care about what other people think about us. The number one reason that 90% of people quit network marketing in their first 3 months, I've got a fly in this house, like what the hell, in their first 3 months. So if I'm going like this, y'all, I don't have a sick or anything. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm just swatting a fly. But the number one reason that most people end up quitting in network marketing is because of what someone else says or what they think someone else thinks of them. And I want to share a story with you guys that I actually shared at Chas's retreat. And a lot of the people that I shared it with were just like, they thought it was super powerful, so I thought I would share it with you. A lot of people think that I'm this really confident person, that, you know, I'm outgoing, and I am none of those things, you guys. I am, dude, okay, before I started in network marketing, I almost did not join because I was scared to speak in front of more than one person, like totally afraid. And I'm pretty much an introvert. I go to dinner by myself. I go to movies by myself. I like spending time by myself. I was one of those people that came into network marketing and said, I don't even like people. Why am I doing this? Like, that was me. And not only that, but I cared what everyone thought. And I still, even though I've gotten so much better at it 10 years later with a lot of self-development, I still care. And so Maria Dillard, if you guys don't know who Maria Dillard is, she is the top money earner in this company. She is our upline. She's above Chastity, Amber, and then Maria. That's how it goes. So it's me, then Chastity, then Amber, then Maria. Well, Maria had a retreat, and I earned her retreat, and I went with Chastity and Amanda, and Kaylee Krupp was there, and you know, it was awesome. Well, long story short, Courtney Good was there. Long story short, Courtney Good and Chas, they went and they went to lunch, right? And I was by myself in the room, and Amanda had just gotten there, and Amanda's like, well, come to my room. Kaylee, I think Kaylee was with us. I can't remember if Kaylee went ahead or she was with us. I'm pretty sure she was with us. So me and Kaylee and Amanda, I went to her room, and we decided to go find Chas and Courtney Good. They were eating somewhere. And so we had to walk through the lobby, and as we're walking through, we walk outside, and there's this bar, and at this bar is all of these 200Ks, okay? And immediately Amanda stops and starts talking to them. And hey, Amanda, okay, I felt like the stupidest human on the planet. I'm standing there, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till this is over. Nobody said anything to me. I didn't say anything to them because I don't know these people. And I felt like they were looking at me. I had freaking this on, okay? If you guys know me, I have my pink jogging pants on. I have my pink sweatshirt on. And these girls were dressed up like they were at and we were in a fancy ass hotel, y'all. Like, I'm talking fancy ass hotel. And here I am looking like, literally looking homeless. I'm not even kidding you, homeless. And they're just kind of, I felt like they were looking at me. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like they were thinking, Amanda, why are you with this person? And Amanda's so friendly, and Amanda just kept talking. And in my mind, I'm thinking, when is this going to be over? Oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. Nobody's talking to me. I just don't fit in with these people. And there were people in the company that, you know, they've been in longer than me. And it's so crazy because when I was with my first company, I was like that. Like, every single time I would go to an event and all of the top leaders were there, I would stay to myself. I would just stand there, and I would think, all these people are looking at me like she doesn't belong here. How did she make it? She is not like the rest of us. She's ghetto. Like, whatever my mind would tell me, she's white trash. Like, all of the things that would come into my head. And I let those moments, like, I would let moments like that completely bring me down so much that I would like avoid them completely. And it's taken 10 years, you guys. It's taken a 10-year evolution for me to be able to face those moments, and I still feel insignificant. I still have those thoughts that go through my head, like, you're not good enough. These people don't think you belong here. you know, all the things. And they're not even thinking that. Like, I know they're not. But this damn fly, it's because I smell. I haven't taken a shower in like 3 days. This fly loves me. But all of these significant feelings, and I still, you guys, I think I counted, and I've made like $5 million in 10 years. Okay. I like, in my eyes, I feel like a successful person. But when I get around other people, I feel less than. I feel that I don't belong. And I feel like I'm not good enough. And I feel like they're all thinking it. And when I walk away, they're all saying it. And it's just something that 10 years ago, I would avoid at all situations at all costs of those feelings. And now I do them, right? It hasn't gone away. Like, I still, those things were going through my mind. It was so uncomfortable. And I was thinking, why can't I be like Amanda? Why does everybody loves Amanda? Nobody likes me. Like, you know, why didn't they want to talk to me? But I wasn't talking to them. We walked up, they said hi to everybody, but then I just stood there. And it's because I was in my own head. And it's so crazy because 3 of those girls had ended up messaging me and saying, oh my God, we listen to your Tuesday Zooms. My team gets most of their information from you. We love your videos. And it was in my head, guys, like, what we think others are thinking about us, those are our thoughts. That's us. That is you believing that about yourself. And that is not what others perceive, right? And anybody who does, I'm sorry, but F them. Like, F them, because they are somebody that don't matter. See, you're thinking it, but I will tell you what, situations like that would have kept me home, especially with my anxiety, especially with the fear of me and just my mind going crazy and driving myself nuts. But now I get through those situations, and even though they're uncomfortable, even though those thoughts still go through my head, I still go. I show up, and I don't let others dictate what I'm going to do based off of what I think they're thinking about me. So just wanted to share that story with you, because I think sometimes you think, oh, if I could just be a millionaire, or if I could just be a 12K, if I could just be a 40, if I could just be 80, if I was 200K, I wouldn't be scared of nothing. Listen, y'all, I still have the same fears. I still have the same obstacles that I have to overcome all the time. I still have these insignificant thoughts and feelings that I have to push out of my head, and I still let things hold me back. They don't change. And they only change. The only reason that I've gotten better than maybe some of you have is because I've done a lot of work on myself, a ton of work on myself. And I think the older you get, the less you give a shit about what other people think about you. I mean, I don't know if that's just me, but literally every year that I age more and more, like, I used to like have to do my hair and makeup before I walk out of the house. Now I go out with my hair sticking up everywhere and a pair of slippers into the store. I don't even give a shit. I'm like, who cares? But you start to care, you stop caring less and less and less as you age. Maybe that's just a thing, or maybe I made that up, but for me, that's how it's been. But I also know that it's not just that, it has been the self-development that I've done. So just know that money doesn't make you infallible to these feelings and these insecurities of not feeling worthy and good enough. Your rank, that doesn't, no, it is you and how you're going to do it. And you have to push through it, even though you're going to feel it. Like, I knew going to this thing that I was going to be around all these 200Ks that I felt were better than me, right? I knew I was going to have these moments, and I knew I was going to feel the way I felt, especially when I'm with someone like Amanda, who is so charismatic and who talks to everyone, and we are so different. When you meet me for the first time, a lot of you have met me for the first time, and you've all said this, you were so shy, you're so different on camera, and I got around you and you didn't talk a lot. It's because until I feel like I know you, then it's like I'm funny and I'm me and I'm just like this. And it's easy for me to do. I can get on a video like this and talk to 1 million people, but put me in a room with 5 people and I'm like, nobody's gonna like me. Like, all of those insecure thoughts start, and I don't care what rank you are. So anyways, I just want to share that with you, and really just prove to you how much doing these exercises and affirmations and pouring into yourself can really change the human being that you can become the human being that you want to become. Those things are never going to go away, but they can get better, and you can push through. I'm going to pass it to whoever wants to go next on this topic.
So I'll go. Um, I just got done reading this book. It is The Warrior Code. And I looked at the book and I was like, ugh, this is going to be so boring. I am not going to want to read this book. And then she started talking about her life. So I've decided that I'm going to start sharing my life more on social media, joining groups that relate to my past as well, so I can help others who've had a similar past. So in here, she talks about, she is in the Marines, the girl that wrote the book, and she talks about how she has gone from absolutely nothing and has overcome everything. So this one section is amazing, and I know every single person on here can relate to what she's saying. It's similar to what you were talking about, but coming from a mother aspect of it. So all opinions, it's hashtag all opinions do not matter. Sometimes discouragement comes disguised as concern from people who love and care about us, or at least they say they do. For instance, that voice from my sergeant major questioning how I managed both my job, my nonprofit, while parenting my children was meant to make me feel bad about the time I spent working on my passion outside of work and home. She did not mean well for me. I didn't tell her how disappointed I was that she was my mentor, was discouraging me. I simply said, I can handle it. Don't worry about it. And I continued on with what I wanted to do with my life. You should too, knowing that every voice that has words for you is not necessarily that voice meant for you to hear. My mother is the one who taught me that. All the time she used to warn me, it's none of your business what other people think about you. I would argue her down. What do you mean? Of course it's my business. They're my friends. I didn't understand what she was telling me until I was much older and wiser. We let other people's opinions of us rule what we do and say and how we move. And we refuse to acknowledge that what others think about you doesn't count anywhere near as much what you think about you. So what if your girlfriend thinks you don't look good in red? It's a fabulous red dress. Caught your eye and you put it on in the dressing room and you think how the color danced on your skin. You skip buying the dress you like because someone else doesn't like the color on you. How foolish does that make you look? Know this, the only opinion that matters is your own. Wear the dress, be a Democrat, carry the gun if that's what you believe in, carry the sign, and march if that's what you want to do. Start the business of your dreams. The only opinion that matters is your own. Put everyone else's out of your mind. When you get to that moment when you care less about what other people think and more about your inner drive and ambition, you win. It becomes less about how people perceive you and more about your own ambitions. That may feel a little selfish, but the only way to get what you want is to be unapologetic about your wants, needs, and desires. People's words can be a disease. They legitimately hurt. Lack of encouragement hurts. The only way to let your opinions and desires remain strong and healthy is to treat their words like a disease. It's your job to shield your opinions and desires from that disease like you would a newborn baby from other people's germs. Cover yourself, cover your goals, and keep pushing. Yo, I read that and I was like, this is exactly, so Lisa came to me and said, hey, let's do this topic, blah, blah, blah. She said this topic and I was like, I got to read this part from the book because every single person, guys, I went through a hot mess and every single person can get through it. You have to believe in yourself and you, like what Lisa was saying, build yourself up. Every single day is a new day to make your dreams, your passions come true. So focus on you and who cares. You have to stop. We all have to stop caring so much what other people think. Guys, she went and wrote this book. She's got 2 kids. She's a single mom and she was in the Marines. Yo, if she can do it, We all can do it. And you have to keep the mindset that, and I love that she said, not everybody in the things that they say are there to encourage you. They can ruin you if you let them.
Oh my God, I freaking love it. I love it. That whole thing, it was perfect. It was so perfect. If you guys listen to what she read, what book is that again?
It is The Warrior Code.
The
And it's
4-Year
written
Code.
by a Marine. It actually came, so I won this prize a few months ago, and it came in this this box, one of those boxes that you subscribe to. It came in one of those, and I was like, I literally looked at the book and I was like, I am not reading this book. It looks stupid. And it wasn't. It is amazing. And it has 11 principles to unleash the badass in you, is like what it says at the top of the corner.
I love it. You guys, I love it. What a good book. This is why I like this Zoom too, because I get good book ideas. Telissa or Amy, you want to go next?
I will branch off of that. I think that, you know, when you're starting a business or you're doing something new, you don't need the approval of anyone but yourself. And believing in yourself, when you believe that you're not good enough, you are already depriving yourself of more, okay? And progress and growth. So I think that, where did my notes go? You're depriving yourself. That's pretty much what I wanted to say there. When you don't feel like you're good enough, you're depriving yourself of progress and growth. And we all have a version of why we think we're not good enough. And that's where you have to pour into like the books that she just read and the personal development. Thank you. And really dig deep and know that you don't need someone's approval to start a business or do something scary. And you have to push yourself. Like, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself because I was just scared of, you know, what that book just said, what people think or thought of me. And then that's where personal development comes in. And now I know I don't have to explain myself to someone. I don't have to explain why I'm doing what I do. To people that don't understand. And yeah, so somebody take it from there while I go through my notes again.
I'll talk. First of all, let me just say, and I'm only going to say this because I only have screen one and there's like 6 screens, but shout out to Becky Kincaid and I think Elena White. I think you're lifting weights over there or something. Y'all are exercising. Y'all are getting it this morning. So freaking keep going. I see you. Yes, girl. Okay, you guys are killing it. Multitasking. So that's awesome. So I just had to say that because y'all are killing it. Wow. Listening to this. So shout out to you. And anyone else exercising. They're the only ones I can see. So I don't want to leave anybody out. But with that all being said, I love that. I love that. I wrote down that book, Ashley. Thank you so much. But one thing I want to kind of lead off or, you know, talk about is not only self-doubt in yourself, but how many of you have people physically words coming out of their mouth that are negative and like trying to put you down or validate what you think in your head to you. I have been in situations in my life where I was in a very abusive situation with somebody that I was with. And it's so damaging because you yourself are thinking we all have those things we all have those things that we say to ourselves, and then if you have somebody there telling you that, and then you're just validating, so then you're like, okay, well, if this person is telling me this, then it must be true. I mean, I'm thinking it about myself. So watch who you surround yourself with, because that's not going to help you. That's going to keep putting you down. But I learned a lot through that situation. But taking it back to the business, how many times in business do you hear somebody say, oh, that's a scam, or yeah, you didn't get in at the beginning, so you're not going to make it to the top, and just very down and negative to you. that was my situation when I first decided to join in network marketing. And y'all put in the comments, how long have you guys been in network marketing? I've been in network marketing since 2013. And I joined network marketing not knowing anything about network marketing. And my spouse was very, very negative. Y'all, he was very negative. And I turned that, perception is reality, right? I turned that to fuel my fire. Instead of believing in it and saying, you know what, you're right, I'm not gonna get this big bonus. I'm not gonna do this. I can't do this. He's totally right. No, you know what I said? Bump you, dude. I'm gonna show you what I can do, and then you're gonna eat your words, and I'm gonna make you apologize to me. And in 90 days, he did. So change your mindset. It's all about mindset. But then you're like, but if you're in that vulnerable situation, you don't have that mindset yet. So how do you have that mindset? Just things like this. Putting yourself, look, there is 129 people on here. 129 people. That's freaking awesome, number one. So thank you so much for jumping on here in the morning. But reach out to somebody and have a partner and motivate each other. Pour into each other. Send a kind message to one another. You don't know what people are really going through in their home lives. And sometimes just having a partner to lift you up is everything. So yes, we can do all the things. We can do our gratitude. We can have a good morning routine. We can listen to all this stuff, but there's still going to be a little bit of part of you that still feels like, man, I'm that person way back in the day that was bullied on the playground. You know what I mean? You're still going to have to carry that part around with you from your dang childhood. And you're like, I'm an adult, people. Why am I doing this to myself? Just know that it's normal and everyone does. But just as you have somebody that may be giving you that negative validation verbally, what if you had somebody that gave you that validation positively verbally to you? What is that going to do to you? It's going to be like, okay, all this self-development, I'm telling myself, yes, I can do this. Here's somebody validating everything else in person that I know that is pouring into me. Yes. So find that person, find several people. We love to talk. We are marketers. We are network marketing. We love to talk. And so find somebody, pair up with somebody. They not only pour into you, but you pour into them. But don't make it like a chore. It's actually genuine. So it will validate all your self-development that you're doing, everything you're reading, everything that you're listening to, everything you're watching. And then you're going to have somebody there personally validating what all that is saying, that you know, and that you know, that's your friend. You're going to be like, yes, I am freaking awesome. You know what? Because Courtney said so, and Lisa said so, and Amy said so, and they freaking know me. So it validates everything, and I am awesome. And guess what? You're going to walk around with confidence. You're going to stand a little bit taller. And one thing my mom told me growing up is, Telissa, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. And so stand up for, and I love, Ashley, what you said or what you read about the red dress. And if your friends said, well, that doesn't look good on you, girl, I don't like it, it's not for me. Girl, it ain't for you, but I freaking love it, and I look fire, okay? I look fire. So change, but that comes, you guys. I'm at that point now in my life, but before, y'all, I looked down everywhere. I apologized 24/7. I said, I'm sorry all the time. I was not the same girl that I am now. But changing perspective, self-development, taking myself away from people that were negative Nancy's, a lot of it's family, and changing my mindset to, you know what, instead of, you're right. I'm not going to do this. I'm not good at this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Instead of thinking that and taking a negative validation, I found people that believed in me and lifted me up and poured into me and validated me in a positive way and took me out of that negative way. My own mom was like, you're so brainwashed. Girl, what? I'm brainwashed. I'm over here living my very best life, okay? And I'm trying to help you. But if you're not with it, goodbye. I'll talk to you and still love you. But I know I need to protect my peace. I know I need to be around people like you guys who will lift me up and see my value, and you see the vision where I'm going. So with all of that, yes, do all the things, read all the books, listen to the self-development, but also watch who you surround yourself with. Watch who you surround yourself with, and stand up for yourself. And if you feel like you don't believe what you're saying, it'll come. Kind of like habits. When you first get on these Zooms in the morning, your first week, I bet you're like, oh my God, I can't get up in the morning. This is so hard. And you feel overwhelmed and you're tired. But the longer that you do it, the easier it becomes, and then it becomes your new normal, right? So how about you make your new normal? It's going to feel uncomfortable, pouring into yourself, saying all those things to you. You might not believe it, but keep going. And then it's going to be your new normal. So then your new normal is going to be like, I am a freaking, excuse my French, I'm a freaking badass, okay? I know I am. I look fire in that red dress, okay? I'm going to the top. Are you coming with me? Okay, let's do this. It's all about, it's going to feel awkward in the beginning, but keep going. Keep staying consistent with it, because you're going to believe it over time. And surround yourself and have that validation in person. I think that is very important, because we can tell ourselves and we can hear, but to us, we can hear it from a book or audio, but reach out to somebody. Have somebody personally tell you that. Build a relationship and validate you in a positive way.
You know, I was thinking about what you just said. It is why it's called self-development, you guys. Like, you have to, it's for real. It's true. It's not some kind of hocus pocus. Like, in order to get from this place where you are, like, think about all the baggage that you carry from your whole life. Like you said, Telissa, I mean, I was in a 15-year relationship where somebody was constantly telling me nobody wanted me around. Everything I said was stupid. You know, nobody wants to hear you. So that's constantly running through my head. Okay, that's 15 years of stuff. And then you just have regular people in your life, right, that don't even mean any harm. They think they're helping you when they say things like, oh, that's a scam, you don't want to be in that. Like, the things that they say, it's like, you've just got to know your own truth and make a decision and know that you are the only person living your life. Like, your mom, like you said, Telissa, you're like, I'm living over here living my best life. Look, nobody else has to like what you're doing. I have a motto, and my motto is, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, as long as it is not against the law, as long as it is not hurting myself, then guess what? Go for it. And even if one of my best friends came to me and told me the most off the wall BS, but it was making them happy, I'd be like, you go, girl, right? Because I would support them as long as it wasn't doing any of the three things I shared with you. As long as it's not hurting them, hurting anyone else, or it's not against the law. Boom, go for it. I support you, even if it's not my cup of tea. Guess what? The rest of the world doesn't think like that because they're full of a negative mindset. You've got to be different. Like, you just have to be. And Amy, I didn't know if there's anything you wanted to add.
I think that pretty much sums it up. But the mom thing, I will say, you know, when you are, like, I've dealt with the whole, the mom thing, the peer thing, growing up, the being made fun of thing. But just recently, within the last, well, I think it was like August, my mom, after, I mean, she's like one of my biggest supporters, so it was kind of a blow, but she was like, well, you don't do anything, you don't care about anything anymore, other than your business. And she's like, it's like family doesn't even matter anymore. And that was kind of a blow to me. And in the past, you know, years ago, that would have just sunk me, you guys. It would have just crushed me. But I immediately, you know, messaged some, you know, people here that I'm close to and chatted it out and just really dug into self-development, because we are what we speak, and we can also be what other people speak over us. And that's where you have to grow. That's where self-development comes in. You have to grow, you have to lean in, and you have to know that they're just words, right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say on
a
that.
really good- You brought up a really good point, Amy,
But
because
that was
honestly,
such a blow to me for her to, I mean, I remember being like, did she really just say that? You know, and I could have let that get in my head or push through it. And I chose to push through it.
no, you brought
So,
up the best point ever, because here's the deal. Like, and then we'll end this out and do our days of brave. But I'll tell you what, you made a really good point, because the thing is like somebody like our mother, you know, somebody we're close to that we count on to support us. We all have it. You guys have probably had that spouse that says you're always on your phone now. You never spend time with the family. You know, as soon as we start getting something that makes us happy and something that we have for ourselves, and we see the big picture, right? We see what can happen and the dreams of the future if we put time into it. And one person in our life like that could bring us down completely if we have not done our self-development. And a lot of the times what they're saying is not true. Okay, it's just that for the first time, maybe Amy, before, maybe you were always available, maybe your family was your whole life, and so now that you actually have something else and you're putting time into it, now your family is like, well, she's not always available, so therefore she's ignoring her family. That's exactly it. It's just like your husband and your kids. You were there, you were cooking the dinner and doing the dishes and the laundry, and everything was on time, and then all of a sudden your husband doesn't have your undivided attention, and it's you don't pay attention to us ever. You're the worst mom ever. These things are not true, you guys. They're not true. People, do you guys realize there are people out there that have full-time jobs that go to work and don't get home till 7 o'clock. They see their kids for 1 hour before they go to bed, and then they go to bed and do it all over again the next day. Don't let anybody tell you. That's how most people live their life. You are shooting for a life that you don't have to live like that. You're shooting for a life where you can literally have your time, own your time, be there when you can, and be able to work from home and be around your kids more, and pick pick the times where you say no instead of having to say no because you have to go to work to pay the bills. Look, if people don't get that, it's just because they don't like change and they don't want to see you change. People live in their sorry little bubble of this is life. And as soon as they see someone like you try to go out of that little bubble, they want to try to bring you back in. You know that statement, misery loves company? It's not that they're doing it on purpose, but it's the truth. They are so scared that you might find another way. They don't want that to happen because they're stuck here. They don't get it. Their mindset, they just don't get it. So you guys, self-development, usually when people are stuck in this business and they're doing all the right things, it ends up, I just spent 2 different weekends in a row at 2 different retreats at Chastity's house. And when we dug down deep with these girls that were there, every single one of them, they were not stuck because they weren't doing the right things. They were stuck because of their mindset. They were stuck because they haven't done enough self-development. They were stuck because they would stop themselves. Some of them were afraid of success. Some of them were afraid of losing success, so they didn't go after it enough. Some of them were afraid of what other people thought of them because of their whole life. Like, it usually is something else. If you want to grow past where you are, it starts growing past where you are as a person, as an individual. That's where it's going to take you to that next step in your business. So gosh, I just want to thank everybody for being on this morning.
Lisa, I have to say something.
Yes,
So,
absolutely, Ashley.
If you're a mom, you can relate a lot to that. And this, I feel like this Zoom is not just business related, guys. If you're a mom, people will say you are not doing a good enough job. Your kid is a brat. Your kid is this. Your kid is that. Who cares what those people think? If you know in your heart that you are doing a good enough job, that is all that matters. So relate it back to that. If you're a mom and you know that, or you're a dog mom, like, you can relate it back to your business. So take something from your personal life and bring it over to the business and change everything all at the same time. As soon as I learned that, because man, I've gotten shit about being a mom. I think a lot of us have. And if you're in a mom group, you see them doing the same exact thing. So if you can help somebody that is a mom encourage themselves. Like, it's the same aspect of doing it with your business and the people that are in your business.
Yeah, no, you are so right. Everything we talk about, you guys, in self-development in our business pertains to our life. You guys, me growing myself hasn't just helped my business, it's helped my relationship with my kids, my relationship with friends, my relationship with family, my relationships with other people. But you have to push through the negativity, and you have to know you're not alone, and you have to know that you're always going to have to fight through it. Just like I shared with you, 10 years in, $5 million later, and I still have those insignificant moments. I still let those self-negative doubt thoughts creep in because of what people have said in my past. I still doubt myself. But you know what? Before, where I used to just stop and say, forget it, I don't like this uncomfortable feeling, I don't want to feel this way, so guess what? I'm just not going to do it. Now I go, I'm just going to push through. Even though I'm feeling this way, I'm going to do it anyways. And that's the difference between success and not having success, right? Success is when you push through those uncomfortable feelings, when you push through those negative self-thoughts and that's negative self-taught, the thoughts in your head and the talk. Push through it. Versus before, I would stop, right? People would stop me from doing things that I really wanted to do, like wearing the red dress because I would care what everyone else thought. Now I say, screw it, I like the red dress. Even though while I'm wearing that red dress, I'm thinking, I wonder what they're thinking about me wearing this red dress. I still do it, right? So even though I'm still having the thought, I'm still doing what I want. And that is what's gotten me from here to here. That's what got me from waiting tables and bartending 70 hours a week to now I'm $5 million later. That's what got me there. And before that, the reason I never went anywhere in life is because I refused to push past those negative places. You guys, so much goodness on this Zoom. I want to thank Ashley. I want to thank Amy. I want to thank Telissa. I love you guys so much. And I want to end out with, I think we're on day 9 of the Brave. I don't know if Star or Tiffany's doing it this morning.
I'm doing it for Tiffany. We are on day 9. All right. So it's called Your Heart. But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. And that's from the book of Psalms, chapter 86, verse 15. God loves to love you. I like to think that every time I take a breath and every time my lungs pump blood into my heart, God has another loving thing to say about me. He's that good at it. Our God, the one who is breathing life into your life, is full of love for you, no matter what you have done or where you have been. For someone like me, who is pretty good at messing up and feeling guilty, it's really, really good to know that I can't make God love me any more or any less. Consider the fact that that in God's eyes, through Jesus, you are holy, chosen, dearly loved. Wow. That quiets my fears, the ones that whisper I am alone, unlovable, unworthy, and makes me feel brave. Allow God into your heart. Let him into those little places inside that are hurt and alone and afraid. Let him love you, lead you, and make you into the courageous person you are that he has planned. Because I promise that adventure will be the greatest of your life. God loved me when I was totally and fully unlovable, in my deepest pit of sin, in the farthest corner of my rebellion, in the angriest moment of my hate. He chose to love me. And I've been known to be a total punk. Unfortunately, I will probably continue to be a punk at times. Yet he loves me to pieces, all of my pieces. I cannot earn it. I don't deserve it. And yet I am drowning in it. So I do little bits that I can do to love him back. And you can do the same. What does that look like? Well, it looks like making brave, God-honoring life choices in response to his love. Has he given you a passion for something you haven't been brave enough to fully pursue? Do you love to sing? Sing a love song to God. Do you love to write? Write a book about your love for God. Do you love to dance, draw, play sports, care for orphans or elderly people? Whatever it is, embrace the fact that you are loved and chosen by God, and take the courageous step of choosing these passions to love God back. In this day, she highlights our God, the one who is breathing life into your life, is full of love for you no matter what. And the Be Brave challenge for today is, how do you see your heart responding to God's love?
I love it. I love it. And I also feel like it fit today. I always feel like
It definitely fit.
Yeah, I feel like it fit today. Okay, you guys, I am gonna pick a winner of our giveaway, our morning giveaway. And I'm just gonna scroll through and literally I'm just gonna pick somebody. And sometimes I'm gonna do the top, the bottom, the middle. But today, Joy Griffith, Joy Griffith. Um, I need you to get with somebody or me. If I don't answer you back, it's because I didn't get your message. So get with somebody to get with me or go to the team page or whatever you got to do. But you get to choose either, if you don't have a gratitude journal, I can send you one of these. You can choose the cute little bracelet that says wake up, kick ass, and repeat. Or you can choose the keychain, the cute little keychain, if you already have a gratitude journal and you just don't wear bracelets. You can choose the keychain that says punch today in the face. You can look at it every day and remember how you need to punch today in the face, because that's how we have to do it, right? To get shit done, we got to punch it in the face. So you can let me know which one you want and send me your address. So yeah, congrats, Joy. Thank you for hopping on with us in the morning. And you guys, we're going to be doing a giveaway every morning. So definitely a reason to get on, right? Who doesn't like free stuff? Who doesn't want a little giveaway? So make sure that you hop on with us in the mornings. Congrats, Joy. Again, I want to thank Star. Thank you for reading that this morning. And I also want to thank once again Telissa for doing this before work, and Joy, Joy, our winner. I want to thank you too for getting on. And I want to thank Amy, and I absolutely want to thank Ashley for hopping on this morning. Monday, I believe Courtney Good's going to be on Monday. I'm excited. We got a whole new lineup Monday. So we'll see you then. And same time, same place, same link. We'll be doing a giveaway and new topics and all that goodness. Bye, guys. See you later.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for staying consistent and getting up, because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning when you get up, when you get on this. So we appreciate you just as much as you appreciate us. So thank you, Lisa.
Aw, you're so sweet. I love you guys.
Have a good
Bye,
day.
guys. Happy morning. Still dark here. It doesn't get dark till like 7 here. It's 6:15. So bye, guys. Have a good one.